What would it mean to you to finish top of the ladder?
Oh, obviously the advantages of having a home final straight up, two bites of the cherry. There's, a lot to take from it, and also the confidence boost. We've worked really hard all season to be where we are, and to be able to finish on top would be something that is unique for the club, and just shows how much we've grown over this season.
You see in some other sports you get a bit of a trophy for finishing top. Same in this comp or not so much?
To be honest, I just want us to keep progressing as to what we've been doing, and it's the end prize that we're after. And the first goal was to make finals, and we've done that. But we've really talked about it as a group that we've got one more game to go in the season, and we've got to make sure that we get away to Sydney and do the job and replicate and even add to what we did on the weekend. So we don't want to just be the team that bounces back from losses. We actually want to make sure that we can create that energy and the way we want to play in any situation.
The pre-season game and then the first game you played against the Giants just really got under Kim Green's skin. What makes it such a good matchup?
Oh, I think they're two players that contest really hard for the ball. Similar builds and very strong and powerful athletes. Kim's having a sensational season coming back from her ACL, and she's extremely smart out there. So she crafts the play for them, and I think Jess, does her homework on Kim and makes sure that she can be in that contest. And it takes 60 minutes to really combat a player like her. So it's going to be a tight battle, I think, between them, and I think with the support of our defenders around her, it'll help Jess do her job.
And when the Giants have got a lot of avenues to goal, but when they've struggled has been when Joe Harton's been shut down out the front. Does Stacey prepare any differently this week, or just as usual?
No, I think it's for us is really backing our fever way of playing and the way in which we do our defensive setups. Obviously Stacey has a strong role to play on her one-on-one, but then there's some other systems that we can go to that will help support that. So Joe again is a creator of the play for them, but for us we're going to have to make sure that we stop all the options around that stagnates their play, and we can get in good angles to contest the ball.
What was going through your mind when Janelle did cop that knock today?
To be honest, I didn't even notice. I know that was a little bit, but nothing serious. So we have players coming in and out of training all the time. It's late in the season, so everyone's got a few niggles, and Tuesday session's always a little bit lighter and a little bit more, not necessarily relaxed, but a bit more strategic. So her coming off the court, she can still get the same learnings from the sideline. So yeah, I wasn't too concerned at all.
And she dropped another, I think it was 62 goals on the weekend. How crucial has she been to the side?
Yeah, obviously, to have that accuracy at the back and that stature, but I think it's the way that we've played to get the ball to her, and she's certainly evolved her game. I think you're seeing some movement. It's not always the high ball. There's ones where she's coming forward now, so I think she keeps evolving her game to really provide support to the midcourt and also to the goal attack who's feeding her.
How's her demeanour changed now that her family's here?
She's very relaxed regardless, but I think obviously when you've got your family around you, you feel like you've got that support network. So, when you go home, she's got her daughter to look after, and then obviously her mother and brother here. It just makes life a lot easier, I would think, just having her system and the support that she needs going into games. So even more relaxed than what she was before, but I think there's just a really good spirit around it. She's just really enjoying life.
Stacey, you're working on mid-court defence then, and it's been a real feature of your games this season. You must have been particularly pleased, seeing Ingrid, for example, pick up tips over the weekend.
Yeah, and I think that's the part when everyone does their role that, we can gain ball anywhere on the court, and it's that work rate. I think that was the best team defence that we've had, that went through the whole way through from shooter down to keeper, and that's what you really want, and a lot of it comes down to work rate, and it's the choice. Do we apply pressure and we do it consistently, or we take the easy option, and this team's never backed away from hard work or a contest, and it was just reminding them of that going into the weekend.
Stacey, you've been a part of WA Netball for a long time. You were the first captain to become a coach. How does it feel to finally bring some success to this team?
Yeah, I guess obviously we've still got to win finals. You know, we were there my first year of coaching, so it's good to be back there. It's where we've strived for, and I think, you know, to be able to do it with this group of players, you know, we really backed them in last year, and they've done a lot of work over the last 18 months. It's not something that's just happened. It's been a plan, and has always been just this continuous progression of improvement, both individually as a unit and as a team. So to see them out there performing with such confidence and loving their netball is, yeah, it's definitely exciting. And I think the WA community are loving it as well. To have an average of 7,000 people to our games, you know, that's huge for netball, and it's awesome to see so much support around the club.
Stacey, you occasionally have a quarter fade out where it's not just a narrow margin, but there's a bit of a margin. Can you put a finger on what sort of happens?
It's just the intensity of the game. I think when you've got just elite teams competing against each other, particularly if you've got a lead, that team is always going to lift. And, you know, coming out of half-time breaks, we've had some great third quarters and then some that we've taken some while to adjust to. So I think the swings of momentum are still there, but I think we're adjusting and not being daunted by it, but actually being able to swing it back in our direction. And I think that's the thing that's evolving as we've gone through the season. So it's identifying the moments, adapting to what your opposition's doing, but then keep backing in and get that work rate back up again.
Given last year's placing and your performance this year, are you surprised at all, or did you think everything has kind of gone to plan this far?
Yeah, I think there's things that happen in the club that we don't do externally, and I guess through the whole year last year there was things that we were ticking off along the way, and we knew that we had a plan. It wasn't whether we were going to be successful, it was just when. And you know, for us, we just needed to keep backing in the plan, and it wasn't stating it was a 3-year plan or a 2-year plan. It was actually just going, this is what we need to be a successful team and all the steps to go with it. And in some areas we've jumped quite significantly, and in other areas it's taken a lot longer to get there, but it's no surprise as to where we're at, and I'm just loving the brand of netball that we're producing.
Stacey, Giants have got a lot of big game players, Fever less so.
Yep.
Does it allow you to play without fear, or is it a cause for nerves at times?
Oh, I think there's always nerves going into a game. I don't think I've gone into a game this season without it, but I think it's a good thing. It keeps us alert. It makes sure that you prepare going into games. And yeah, they've got ex-internationals, they've got current Commonwealth Games gold medalists. You know, they've got a wealth of experience and people that have played finals consistently. I think for us, it's really internalising what we do and backing that in and creating that energy and belief. So for us, as long as we prepare well during the week, I know that when we turn up on game day, we're really switched on, and that's where our drive and our performance come from. It's really the week before.